Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're listening to the Amazing Fantasy Podcast, episode 1. Those watching, listening on the hill, I appreciate you. Those watching, catching the stream at a later date, appreciate you. A couple of announcements before I begin the show. Sure to tune in live as I stream the classic Tomb Raider games 1, 2, and 3 remastered tomorrow morning. I'm not sure what time yet, but keep your eyes tuned to the channel. Also hit that join button on your screen to become a member of the channel and get access to exclusive perks. Once or twice a month I might stream Star Wars Battlefront 2, Gotham Knights, Ghostbusters. It's exclusive to members only on the channel. And all you have to do is add me on PlayStation Ultimate Spider 13. It's Ultimate Spider 13 on PlayStation. So a few days ago, Season 1, a couple of days ago, I want to say last week sometime, Season 1 of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series concluded Season 1. And I gotta say, as a fan of the books, fan of the characters, a couple of minutes into the series, this is way better than the movies. The movies were okay for the time, but they were really riding on the success of the Harry Potter series. But Percy Jackson is nothing like in the first place. Nothing like Harry Potter. The only thing they have in common is the coming of age type of thing, but Percy Jackson is very much rooted in Greek mythology, set in the modern world, whereas Harry Potter is, wizards and all that stuff. There's magic and stuff in Percy Jackson, but it's more like coming of age. A kid basically accepts the fact that he's the son of a god, basically. And going on all these adventures, and there's like silly things in the books like playing volleyball to take out these monsters in the school one of the books. I think it might have been the third one. It's definitely not seeing monsters. But there's a lot more silly things in the books, because Percy is like, 13 in the books? The movies, they were like in the 20s. The actors were like in the 20s. They were way too old for playing high school kids. Yeah, they were definitely riding on the success of the Harry Potter film, which makes sense. But at the same time, these are completely different beasts. And the TV show, I think, understands that. And they finally got it right. Which is why I think more of these book adaptations, these books, should be put on television and not film. Like, for example, with Fantastic Beasts, not to get off track, but Fantastic Beasts should have been on television, not film. It's a smaller story. Not everything needs to be about the end of the world, or like with Star Wars, the next friggin' Death Star again. It's okay to do smaller stories, and for the most part, Percy Jackson is a smaller series. There is like a overarching conflict with the gods of Olympus and whatnot, but from what I can remember, there's nothing that has grave consequences, at least not immediately. So, like, one of my favorite parts of the series is that you really get to see a lot of the in-between stuff that the movies didn't cover, the books cover. The movies skip over so much material. And they just gloss over the fact that he's the son of a god in the modern world. All the stuff that happens at camp, Half-Blood, and all that, it just completely glossed over in the movies. They just go from A to Z while worrying about B, C, D, E, and F. And I think that's why the movies were ultimately canceled after Sea of Monsters, I believe. I remember I saw Sea of Monsters in the theater. It was okay. I thought it was pretty good for the time. Then I went back and watched the first one. Then I started reading books. And kind of in the back of my mind, I'm like, this would be a pretty good TV serial if it were written correctly. Yeah, and lo and behold, I think it started in December last year, December, and I guess it concluded like maybe a week or two ago. Season 1. Season 2 has been confirmed. And it was based on Sea of Monsters, the second book. Sea of Monsters, and there's no doubt in my mind it'll be better than the movie because the movie is a bloody mess. It's kind of a joke looking back on it. Again, a couple minutes into the show, and I'm like, wow, this is way better than the movie. I'm impressed. I was like, okay, first off, the cast is superb. They cast actual kids in the role, which is exactly what Percy is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a freaking 20-something-year-old dude like in the movies. Or however old Logan Lerman, I think his name is. No offense to the actors, but they're way too old to be playing high school kids. It was dumb. I still don't know if I really buy it being a lightning thief even in the show, because you barely see him in the show. And I'm like, okay, I need more time with that character before I really buy into that. The movie was even worse, because he just shows up and he's like, I'm a lightning thief. It's like he just blurts it out, and like there's no build up to it, there's no reason to care. He just says it, and it's like, okay, I guess it's still fucking important. But like, at least in this, I don't know if I really buy being a lightning thief. It makes sense, he's the son of Hermes. So he'll be able to get in and out of places a lot easier than most people. Just like in the movie, I think he went and found the remains of Kronos in Tartarus. And he went to Tartarus, and I'm like, yeah, the son of Hermes would probably be able to get in and out of Tartarus pretty easily. Because Hermes was the messenger of the gods in Greek mythology. So that makes sense. The show, I'm thinking I need more time with that character, because his motivations to me just kind of make sense and they kind of don't. So hopefully season 2 can go a little more into that, can dive a little more into that, and I just love seeing the character development and those adventures every week. It's like, again, they just zip through all of this in the movie. 1 minute you're in Camp Hatfield, the next minute you're in the freaking underworld, or whatever, and I think we missed a couple things here. I think Medusa was done so much better this time around. Starting with the casting for sure. It was way more believable. She would be hiding and whatever, and all that. And casting Edge as Ares, hilarious. Okay, that's enough. I was rolling. That's how it is in the books, though, because these gods, they blend in. They don't look like they do in the Hercules animated film for Disney. They look like regular people. And Ares is riding around on his motorcycle like a biker. God literally like out of war. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I completely forgot that Percy and Annabeth and Rover encounter Ares in the book, because I skipped over in the movie. The movies are basically just like a greatest hits collection. It's not even a story in the movies. They just skip over so many important things that's essential to the story and the character development. While when they go to that the theme park and Percy gets like basically put in frozen carbonite, and then has to outsmart one of the gods to save him. He sacrifices himself to get the shield for Ares as part of their quest. So I don't remember that in the books. I'm sure it's in there, obviously. Again, the show is a vast improvement over the films. The films, I think, were good at the time. It was a good attempt at an adaptation of the Percy Jackson books, but kind of was a swing and a miss. And I'm glad they managed to correct that with this series, and I'm looking forward to seeing these characters as they grow and develop over time. So there's a lot of books in the Percy Jackson series. Some of them don't even involve Percy per se. Like there's another character, I don't remember his name, I think something Chase. And it still involves Greek gods and whatnot. Percy's not the main star in those books. And it's like the House of Hades and all that stuff. That's further down the line, but this show continues to be successful. Hopefully we get to see that adapted, because the movies they ended at probably an interesting place where the story would have gotten so much better. Like bringing Talia, Zeus's daughter, back. And I kept, you mentioned it a couple of times in the show, so she'll probably be mentioned or brought into the show by the end of season 2, I'm guessing. So there's a lot to look forward to, for sure. I for one, I'm really excited for season 2. It's part of why I prefer television over film in some areas. Even though it's something like Star Wars, because Star Wars was made for film, at least originally. Look at something like The Mandalorian, that was obviously made for television, so I don't know how they're going to translate that character to film all of a sudden, from episodic material to a feature-length film. I don't think it's going to work, but what do I know? So then push Linkles in here and Galactic Empire. Pump out another stinker, I guess. Wouldn't surprise me at all. That for the track record of making terrible decisions, and yet this crazy blog still has a drive. Amazing. Anyway, back to Percy Jackson. So I think, again, television is definitely the way to go for these book adaptations. And I'm glad that we've made the leap from book to TV with Percy Jackson in particular. I think Harry Potter could work on TV. I don't think they need to remake the entire thing on television. I think for Harry Potter, branching out to other eras, like with Hogwarts Legacy or Fantastic Beasts, is the way to go for that on television, not film, television. You look at Hogwarts Legacy and it's made for fans. Even if you're a newcomer, if you want us to just play a freaking video game, that's where you should probably start. Sure, it's what game is part of the industry. It's how it's been around. How it's both evolved over time. There's really no getting around that. Every game is competitive. It's like saying all the Call of Duty games aren't exactly the same, because they aren't. But shooters sell, so they keep making it. It's as simple as that. It's not as action-packed as one might think. It's more, I don't want to say cerebral, but there's a lot more dialogue in the Percy Jackson books. It's not a straight-up, like, action-packed series. And I think people that don't know the books might shy away from that, but it's important stuff. Like, you learn a lot about the characters when they're interacting with each other and when they're talking and whatnot. Something that I think a lot of movies have lost. Like the Marvel Universe, for instance. They don't really talk to each other anymore. They just do stuff. And now we got this, like, female revolution thing going on. And it's kind of ruining the brand from what it once was. And I think that's a risk. And I think Marvel Studios needs to get back on track with that. Hopefully they will. I mean, I doubt it. It's not looking too good for them. But Percy Jackson, as far as I'm concerned, the only way I can go from here is forward and make improvements along the way. I don't have too many critiques for this season because it's pretty much to a T what I was expecting. Like when it was announced, I got so excited. I'm like, finally, I'm gonna get this done right. No more dopey films with glossing over all the important stuff. Trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of what this should be. And yeah, so if you haven't watched the series, I would say check it out. You need to read the books, you need to listen to an audio tape of the books, you need to listen to them alongside the show or something. But this is something that you don't want to miss if you're a fan of Percy Jackson. Just keep in mind, this is not Harry Potter. Nothing like Harry Potter. The only thing that has common Harry Potter is probably the coming of age story. But just stick with it and it will get better. Season 1 is fantastic and I'm looking forward to more.